my humble choice bundle, sometimes other games too. This is Roadwarden from Humble Choice, July 2023. Have a look. We marvel at the serenity of the forest and crave the shroud of silence. Okay. Everyone knows stay away from the wilderness. Most people would never risk a lonely journey. Roadwardens not only accept this struggle, they embrace it. They deliver messages, assist merchants, burn human corpses, and if possible get rid of beasts and highwaymen. They live on the road, die young or retire early. It's a dangerous job, but a respectable one. It pays well. Leave the safety of the city walls, or I have my doubts. We'll leave. Please select the difficulty mode, standard. The wall is still standing. There are no wolves around, no stench of blood. Good signs. This should be the place you're looking for. You were supposed to meet with a group of soldiers. But you hear no voices, no sounds of labour. The gate is ajar, but the camp isn't safe. It may keep away goblins and peddlers, but not beast folk nor trolls. Night is near. Your palfrey breathes heavily. I think palfrey is kind of horse. Had a long day. Look for shelter. Look around cautiously. Dismount, sneak to the gate. Let's peek inside. Let's have a look inside. Your heavy boots hit the ground and pain of the long ride finally catches up with you. You stretch out, bringing your back and legs comfort. All you want now is a table, a decent chair, a nice mug of beer and some warm stew. With any luck, your axe won't be needed here. Approach the gate slowly. You take care of yourself. If you're exhausted or hurt, some actions won't be available to you. The weaker you are, the higher the chance you'll die in combat. It's a military camp. It doesn't look the part. Or if it's a military camp, it doesn't look the part. Plenty of wasted space. Fire pit is cold. Two people are sitting at the table, tired and disheartened. They're looking in different directions, paying no attention to each other. One of them is holding a cup. After a moment, you notice a quiet humming. You recognize the melody, a light-hearted drinking song from the city harbour. Let's enter. It takes him a few breaths to glance in your direction. The first person greets you with a wave of his hand. There are bags under his eyes. His beard is messy. Despite his simple shirt, he's wearing durable, decent boots. A mace with the head covered in iron hangs at his side, but it doesn't reach for it. Take a look at the second soul. Just like you, she's wearing a gambeson. It's cloth armour, basically. But hers is a bit loose, as if she took it off a corpse. Her head is shaven, as if she's protecting herself from flesh-eating bugs. Her eyes are weary, yet kind. Mild. Considering the squad was sent here half a year ago, these two surely look the part. Well, there should be more of them. 8, you believe? I'll let them speak first. Nice to meet an unharmed traveller in this godforsaken shithole. Makes me just a little bit more hopeful. The bearded man's voice is strong yet timid. You'll be staying the night with us, I guess? We're soldiers here now, answered the armoured woman. Her moment switches from half asleep to relaxed. We'll do our best to keep the camp safe. But if you were to take the first watch, it would be a huge help. Travellers ought to help each other, wouldn't you say? Think for a moment. Fully rest, you need a good sleep. I think I should take it. Sure, leave it to me. Fantastic. She rubs her hands together. I don't remember the last time I had more than half a night of sleep. And the hours before midnight should be calmest. Wake us up if anything happens. The man flashes you a wide smile. It's easy to wake us up. Just yell. He drinks from his mug. Ask them about their lieutenant. You wonder how to phrase your question. Oh, friendly. Whenever you meet new people, you can influence how they perceive you by selecting one of the attitudes. Friendly, playful, distanced, intimidating, or vulnerable. Friendly. I was hoping to meet with your lieutenant. Could we talk for a bit? The woman lets out a loud sigh, dusts off a gambeson and steps towards you. Pays little attention to the sword at her side. You most definitely can, you and I, though holding this rank is still somewhat new to me. Are you a messenger? Did you lose your mount? Observes you as curiosity. Are you looking for help? I'm your new Roadwarden. My horse is waiting outside. Really? The soldier in the shirt leans forward. That explains how you got here in one piece, all by yourself. Better bring your beast here, adds the lieutenant. We have no hay, but I bet it dreams of dropping its saddle. A long pause. I'm Tulia, by the way. I thought that might be lit because you could click on it, but no. She reaches out a hand. Maybe a trap. I gesture her to stop, pretending to be embarrassed. Wash myself first. No. I shake her hand. How do you want people to call you? What your name? Yorkie. Her grasp is confident. The shake is slight. Just keep your horse away from the tents. Steps away. We don't need to smell its dung. Ah. There's this one issue. The soldier in the shirt also rises to his feet. We've no tent to spare. You'll have to use a blanket or something. No problem. I enjoy observing the stars. You walk through the gate. Your mount looks around and snorts anxiously. Not many humans could ride a horse. It's not only taller than you, but also bulky, as heavy as it is strong. You get in the saddle within a single breath. Most people wouldn't know where to even begin. From every side is a wall of flesh. Horses were brought to the Dragonwoods from the conquests of the south. They can trot for a long time, but won't outrun some of the local monsters. Your palfrey needs you to survive, but without it, you too would be lost. My only companion here, I want it to feel at ease. Takes a few steps towards you, scolding you with another snort. You scratch the bottom of its neck with strength and confidence, just the way it likes. Humans see useful animals and even pets as monsters in disguise. Getting emotionally attached to them is believed to lead humans to their doom, but you know that horses need companionship. Speak to it gently and lead it to the camp. You end up next to the fire pit. Removing the saddle makes the horse thicker with relief. You take a couple of minutes to examine its back, just in case. While the riding equipment is not that heavy for such a strong animal, with enough time it starts to chafe. You wish you'd had something better to eat than this shabby grass. Good luck for an inn. I need to unpack. You haven't brought that many things, and you lost one of the sacks while fleeing the Crimson Corpse Eaters. Worst of all, you have no rope left. But maybe the soldiers could share one. Didn't cost more than a dragon bone. Aside from the travel set, you own a few valuable possessions, essential for your trade. I could be a fighter. Spent my savings on decent combat equipment. I have a fine gambeson, an axe made of steel, a reliable crossbow with quarrels. Be a mage. I have talismans that help me use my powers, as well as an iron axe made of and a worn gambeson. Could be a scholar. I carry writing instruments and alchemical ingredients, as well as an iron axe, a worn gambeson, and a healing potion. Want to learn more about the three classes? As a fighter, you'll have an easier time in physical challenges, thanks to your superior equipment and hidden bonuses during dice rolls. You'll be physically more capable than the other classes, what opens unique opportunities during some social interaction. It's the best class for RPG beginners. The fighter's weakness is their reliance on physical strength. Your special abilities won't be available to you if your vitality drops below 0. The mage uses Pneuma, a versatile but limited pool of energy points that can be spent to cast a few humble spells. Magic won't protect you better than a sharp axe, but as a mage, you'll be able to heal faster while resting. Detect magic in mysterious areas. Distract a beast with a simple trick, and find a common tongue with other magic users. Using the mage's powers too freely will result in having no Pneuma left when you need it the most. The scholar will know more about the world's mysteries than you, helping you take advantage of some unusual situations. Your character will impress the locals with its knowledge, and you'll be able to read the sparse, written clues without anyone's assistance. Scholars struggle with combat more than the other classes. but with enough carefulness and exploration, you'll gain access to alchemical mixtures that will help you escape from any dangerous situation. We'll go for a fighter. You unpack and inspect your belongings. The water skin isn't pierced. Spare clothes are still here, just in case. That's a bit of an unfortunate overlap. How you can get rid of it. Just in case, you take a look at your wooden bowl and mug, your cape, tinderbox, bandages, food rations, knife. Nothing special or too cumbersome. From time to time, your routine helps you avoid mistakes. But this doesn't make it any more exciting, a return to the soldiers. They're at the table again, observing your beast and chatting between themselves. Your stomach growls at the sight of them eating out of wooden bowls. One more bowl was put at the previously unused end of the table. You can sit down on a tree log. Thank them for the meal, but I don't want to eat with them. No. I join them and take a look at the meal. It's cold gruel, meal eaten in times of hardship. The specific bowl is filled with water, hog millet, some strange-looking cereals and blueberries. Welcoming you with a meal, even a humble one, is beyond their duty. Soldiers live with and for their companions, constantly on the move from one part of the realm to another, making sacrifices to protect their group as they face dozens of hideous creatures. Their lives are filled with discipline, hardship, and camaraderie. Roadwardens, on the other hand, learn how to work by themselves. They seldom engage in open combat, patrolling the same roads for years. They help the settlement stay in touch, but also maintain commerce, settle down, forge friendships. When there are no laws to follow, their own judgments, different responsibilities, different lifestyles. I eat quickly, not focusing on the taste. Let's speak with Tulia. She's focused and chooses her words carefully. She looks away only when she gathers her thoughts. Afraid I can tell you less than I would like to, and less than I should. She nods towards the other soldier. As you can see, there's not a lot of us left. At the beginning of summer, there were 8 of us, including our previous lieutenant. 5 are dead. 1 has run away in tears. We're also strangers in this land, adds a companion. Any piece of information may help me do my job. The man leans forward, his legs shake nervously. He sounds like a kid, asking a bard to sing one more story. Tell a joke, or do a magic trick. Whatever it takes to escape from boredom, his untrimmed beard hides a much younger face than you originally thought. What did the officials tell you? I expect not that much. No soul governs these lands. The show would have considered to be relevant. You tell the soldiers how little guidance you received. Since this area is too far away from Hovlavan to keep it under control, you are warned that it's untamed and unknown. Who knows how many villagers, bandits, or monsters may be found in these unmapped hills and forests. From time to time, new people come here to look for boundless opportunities. Most of them never return. Will they turn into walking corpses? Or find what they're looking for? No soul could tell me, so I was looking for your guidance. The lieutenant drinks from her cup and crosses her legs, ankle on knee. Seeing her chair makes you doubt she'll ever find a comfortable position. Where should we start? What should I know about the peninsula? I'll tell you what I know, and you'll be the judge, says the lieutenant. How long did it take you to get here from the city? On a decent palfrey, I'd guess it would be 3-4 days. When you confirm, she continues. From here, you can reach the coast in about a day, as long as you don't make any stops. Do you know the situation? Why no ships can get here? You nod. The sea route allows Hovlavan officials to keep in touch with the coastal villagers. Collect taxes, move the soldiers, collect lumber, deliver tools. But maintaining order on a wild coast, such as this one, like filling ocean depths with coins. Because of the rocks, you can hardly stop a ship 5 miles from the shore, and boats can't get much closer. She nods. I don't know much about fishing, but there's not that many people living by the shore, and they don't crave to stay in touch with the city folk. She pauses, her companion carries on. No soul from the north ever came to the camp. But when we travel to the roadside inn, Pelts of the North, they're happy to trade. They play dice. Why not just stay at one of the settlements? The man clears his throat. I mean, you know, we're to guard this road. This camp is our post, and well, Tulia, she lowers her voice. Don't take it the wrong way, Yorkie, but are you a devout soul? Like most city folk, I believe that people should unite their strength to overcome the threats of nature and dark magic. Everyone will be judged for both good and evil deeds. I'm part of the United Church. A fellow unite! The man smiles, though in this land it won't bring you much good. At least we can discuss the topic freely, adds the lieutenant with barely a visible smile. Get to it. The people here are disquieting. Every few words she taps the table with a finger. Their traditions won't help them negotiate with officials here. She starts to draw the lines with her index finger, as if she's pointing at an invisible map. The peninsula is connected with roads. Like a big circle, in the northwest you'll find a weird village at a bog. Not exactly pagan, I don't think. It even has a priest who claims to be an eremite. You nod. She means a fellowship. They do crazy shit, her companion chips in. They use the dead to cut down trees and dig in soil. Once I saw it, I begged never to return there. I see. You've heard tales such as this one since you were a child. If an isolated settlement managed to survive without a city's influence, its customs and traditions grow more and more alien. Every generation learns how to adapt to the dangerous conditions they have to deal with, and the rustic pagan traditions muddy their river of faith. The United Church warns its members about the crazy druids, necromancers, and blood mages, the bringers of doom, the traitors to humankind. Are you able to speak with these necromancers? You can see why we were not eager to go there if we could avoid it, the lieutenant chuckled. Maybe they'll be more welcoming over the Roadwarden. The roads are dangerous, with little or no shelters. People need your help. The man in the shirt turns a bit and points a finger at the northwest. You're heading to the undead village. You'll get to an inn first, soon. Tulia nods. Belt of the north is a safe place. You can talk with the innkeep or the guards and ask them about the road. How about the east? Stares off across the camp. Hard to tell. We went there only once. There are hills, forests, rivers. We saw a tunnel sculpted in leaves and branches, but we didn't enter it. Wilderness all around. Any monster worth mentioning? Anything that could catch my mount? We saw all sorts of beasts. The man starts to count on his fingers. Goblins, treants, cats, large and small, runners, howlers, wolves, spagboars, mouflon eaters, griffins. Managed to stay away. Some could catch up with most mounts. He glances at the companion. Oh, palfrey should be fine. The trees are so tall that the flying creatures keep to the coast and mountains. There's not that many humans around, and the animals are busy fighting among themselves. They fight more for food than territory. The soldier cracks his knuckles. Don't provoke them and ride fast, just count on luck. All I need to know. Any ideas what happened to the previous Roadwarden? Tulia takes a deep breath. Aren't you a bit late for a rescue mission? Haven't heard from him for almost half a year. The soldiers speak for a bit between themselves, trying to get their story straight. They confirmed that he had stopped by their camp a few times, but stopped showing up at all in early summer. The bearded soldier starts to scratch the table with the tip of his knife, without looking at you. I don't remember his voice. Always busy, drowning in things to take care of. He would sit somewhere, sharpen his sword, fix his loud mail, clean clothes, write notes on that wax tablet of his. Yep, and leave at dawn, unlike us. Asturian never gets bored. Tulia lets out a joyless chuckle. He's secretive. But some of the locals speak about him warmly. Maybe he just doesn't like us. Sounds like you're not sure if he's dead or not. If anyone knows, they won't tell us. Maybe someone is keeping him in a basement. The man carves with passion. We haven't seen him or his saurian. Something ate them, I bet. The officials have hired you, right? They don't expect him to return. Richer Roadwardens often use four-legged meat-eating saurians as their mounts. They have to be tamed and trained since they're hatchling. But unlike horses, can easily defend themselves from many monsters. At least your palfrey is fast and reliable. and once suddenly sink his teeth into an innocent passerby. You know what he was looking for? Maybe he left you a message? Neither of us had any insight into its dealing, said Zulia. My predecessor left me no clues. We also took a look at Astidian stuff. Wait, she raised her open palm. I almost forgot. She stands up and heads to the nearby tent. He has kids in a village near Hovlaven. I was planning to take all his things there, a pouch, a second spear, a decent bow, some potions. Quite a treasure. He glanced at you, but I would much prefer to bring them the truth about their father. You want me to find out what happened to him in exchange for his stuff? Here's the catch. She dusts off the hilt of her sword. We've hired a messenger to ask the commanders for further orders. Since she hasn't returned and you know nothing about her, she either ran away or something happened to her. Besides the resignation, we are meant to stay here until fall. What do you think? Come see us. Tell us what you've learned about the man. We'll get back to Hovlaven together. You think about your real mission. You were planning to return to Hovlaven in the early fall anyway. If he's alive, I don't think he's going to be happy about me taking away all his possessions. We are going to stop right there. I only do 5 to 30 minutes. I'm already 21 minutes into it. Just to get a glimpse of whether I want to go further, basically. Alright, let's start with graphics. Completely unimpressive graphics-wise. I like the sepia effect, but the graphics, yeah. 3 or 4 out of 10. There's nothing to them, really. The music, I'll give a 6 out of 10, 5 or 6 out of 10. It's a very short loop you can hear, but it's not invasive, really. It's nice background, it's pleasant, it works. It might vary as you go to other places. I haven't gone that far into this. Gameplay, it's a purely narrative game. You're clicking on things and reading. There's nothing to the gameplay. That's not the point of a game like this. Of course, there's no sound effects or anything. So that brings it all down to world, character, and story. I don't know how deep this is yet. I've no way of knowing that from this little bit. But what I can say is, I like the writing style. Not the best writing we've ever seen, not by a long way. But it's got me captured, it's got me wanting to see more. I could definitely see myself playing this off-channel, or if there's a shown interest in it, on Tales Over Coffee when there's a slot available. Let me just have a look at what it is on Steam. Let's see, Roadwarden Steam. Currently 33% off. It's normally $11, so less than the cost of the Humble Bundle, of course. And it's overwhelmingly positive, 95%. So it's got, that's off 122 views for recent and 2,000 for overall. And that's having been released only last September. That's pretty good signs. I mean, a game like this is always going to be niche. Always going to be niche. But that people are loving it that much, I'm liking this. So, is it worth its place in the Humble Bundle? Is it worth $1.50? Absolutely, no question about it. This definitely is worth at least $1.50. Is it worth $12? Does it cover the whole Humble Bundle? Even though I like it, no, absolutely not. Because its full price is only $11. Of course it isn't worth $12 if it's only $11. But it is worth its slot. Will I continue playing it? Almost certainly. Will it come to channel? If there's interest. The thing with a game like this, if you're trying to grow a channel, is there may well not be viewership. Now, if it comes to channel, it will be to Tales Over Coffee, my morning show. And a lot of games there don't get much viewership anyway because it's such a tiny channel. I've only got 10 subs. So it might be allowed to come anyway. I think what I'm going to say is, if there's any interest, it will come. Or if there's obvious interest. And if I find a spare slot where I have nothing I want to bring, then I'll hold this in reserve to come there as well. I like the way it's wound. I'm looking forward to more of this tail weaving. So, catch me next time, and we'll go from there for another visit to my humble opinion. Hit the like, comment, and subscribe if you want the channel to grow.